everyone, it's Andrea and welcome to the August Plan with me. All supplies I use will be listed in the description box below. I'm super excited for this month's theme. It's my birthday month and I wanted to make this one extra special. I used to play Super Mario 3 with my mom until really late at night. I think it's one of the most memorable games because she played it with me. We would spend hours playing the level where you collected all the coins and stocked up on our lives. I tried to make every color as true to the game as I could. I was even considering pencil crayons. I had a marker versus pencil crayon page I colored in. I didn't like the quality of the pencil crayons I had, and I didn't like that all the pencil crayon drawings turned out to be kind of shiny. It's hard to see here, but believe me, there is a shine to it. This theme actually took the longest out of all the previous themes. I think this is probably because I colored in more of the backgrounds on this one as well. After outlining everything, I began coloring it in. I used the brush pen for the black squares at the bottom, and I had to go over it twice to get it looking really dark. I colored in the letters using 5 main colors. Because I needed so many colors, I ended up putting elastics on the bottom of some of them so I could tell the shades apart. I also used this trick when I did April's steampunk gears. Then I colored in Mario, the bushes, and the drop shadow for the letters. I went over everything that I used the black brush pen for twice. After coloring in the blue background, which made it look even more like how I remembered the game, I added the tiny triangles to the bushes. Because all the markers are water-based, anywhere you touch a different color will make that color smudge or bleed. It kind of made Mario look like he's glowing, so something to keep in mind. For the calendar page, I really wanted it to look like one of the levels. Those floating squares were the inspiration for the start of this page. I outlined all the parts that would become part of the days of the month. In the empty spaces that had no days, I added the cloud, bushes, and the Goomba. He's so cute! Some of the floating boxes and bushes contained more than one day, which I thought was pretty cool, but I needed to add dashes and dots to separate them even further. This calendar page was so much fun. It'll be fun using it too. I wrote all the numbers to all the days of the month in each of the corners. Then I added the black shadows, which I went over twice. I couldn't use my regular colors because they were a little on the darker side, so I had to use my Pastel Tombows to get a lighter shade. I should have not added the black shadow outline to the question mark box. I hope I don't have to do too much on that day. After giving the bricks their iconic look, I colored in the background. I really think this helped bring it all to life. It made it look so much better. What's the craziest thing you've ever done in your bullet journal? I think this theme is the craziest for me so far. This was definitely not a fast theme to create. It took a while to plan out and to color in. Isn't he super adorable? He needs to be fuzzy or something, like those old school fuzzy stickers I used to collect. I wasn't going to draw the triangles for the bushes, but last second decided I wanted them. Lastly, I colored in my title. I have to say that this is the biggest and most in-depth habit tracker I've ever created. I used up 2 whole pages. I wanted to incorporate the look of the world map with the individual trackers being like the levels you can go to. I even added the triangle edges to the trackers so they looked even more like the levels from the game. Now you can see why this theme took so long, with all the little details and extra things. But I do have to say the end result was so worth it. What's Mario without the castle? I added 2 of them. I did add the weather tracker back to the section and it worked out perfectly being in the cloud layer, since it's weather and all. I labeled all of the habits at the top of every box and added to the exercise tracker. I've actually been working out a lot and I wanted to change it from just marking it in if I worked out to what part of the body I worked out. I'll show you my exercise tracker from last month later on. I'm so sorry if I get any of the Super Mario theme songs stuck in your head. It was in mind the whole time I colored these pages, and that took a lot longer than the super sped up video, so please accept my apologies. I started coloring in everything on this page and it's just so relaxing, giving life to all of the little things. I decided to make the land part an orangey brown color. After coloring in the water, I gave the cloud highlights and the tracker a drop shadow. I filled in the triangles for each tracker and the shadowy areas. Again, I went over some of these twice. After I color-coded my exercise section at the bottom, I wrote in all the numbers for every tracker. I included the Doodle a Day page again this month. I like that each box is so small, so each doodle doesn't have to be very large or even very detailed. So I kept all the proportions the same as before. Each box is 4 squares by 4 squares, and the top square contains the triangle pattern I've been using. I will write the day of the week at the top in the alternating triangles. So this page worked out really well to look exactly like the calendar is laid out, and I even remembered to number the squares. For my mood tracker, I wanted to up my game. I wanted to add a few more moods because last month the best mood was just happy, which I was, don't get me wrong, but I felt like I could use a few more variations of happy. So I added energetic and productive, as well as a few others in the other spectrum. I added the brick patterns and question marks to all the boxes. I numbered all the boxes with all the days of the month and colored in my title. Then I colored in all the boxes and the mood icons at the bottom. I just thought this was so unique. It's more than just one color. So every other box will contain the mood that I feel that day. Pretty clever, hey? Polaroid Memories page is once again pretty plain. I colored in my title and the turtle at the top. This page will hold 4 small Polaroids or as many little cutout photos as you can fit. The brain dump page I wanted to look like the castle level with the floating ship at the bottom. I drew Mario deep in the action, dodging cannonballs and bullets. There's that song going through my head again. I colored in the title and all the little bits at the bottom. I modified the ship to be 3 shades of brown instead of the darkest color being black. Now hopefully Mario can go and save the princess. Okay, on to my exercise tracker. Last month, I really started working out, and not just 3 times a week, but pretty much every day. So halfway through the month, I was already repeating workouts, and even though the day on the left side was handy, it was hard to follow along for any repeat workouts. After highlighting every other row for easier tracking, I added color-coded days of the week and now have given myself 6 spaces to do each exercise. I also made it 4 pages long. So this is the new July tracker that I created. Not only did I section off the workouts, but I also find it's easier to follow with the day of the week colored down the column. I also added a cardio section on the next page. For the weekly spread, I wanted to continue the look of the levels for this page. I wrote my title at the top and meals down the side. Then I added bricks to separate each day of the week on the first page. I wrote the day of the week in the last box. I added the sleep tracker to the bottom corner and made it look like a mini world map. Who would have thought that the Mario theme would give me so many ideas? On the next page, the last few days were separated by the floating sky boxes. I added a to-do section and drew Froggy Mario on top of the pipes. The pipes will be the water tracker, and I'll add the stripes of green to it as I drink the water. Then I colored in the title. I decided to only color in the items on this page and not do the background. Have you ever used any other mediums in your bullet journal, such as markers, pencil crayons, paint? Which is your favorite and how well does it work? Do you experience any bleeding through the pages? So far these markers have been really great. I truly hope you've enjoyed this month's Super Mario theme, and I hope I may have inspired some of you to create your own themes for your bullet journal. If you try any of the themes I have created, please tag me on Instagram at Amazing-Andrea1, that's with underscores. I would love to see your recreations. If you don't want to miss next month's setup, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.